Welcome back everyone to Pro vs New, a series where I invite two of my friends, one who is a pro and the other who is new to zombies, to play 49 zombie maps with one bonus map at the end. And in today's episode we are playing 5! See what I did there? We're doing episode 5 and we're playing a map called 5. I know, I'm a genius. And honestly this map is a tough one, not only for its difficulty but because the only experience me and the pro actually have on this map is one game, and it being on Black Ops 4. So I hope you don't kill us in the comments, unless you got some funny roast, and then I'm all for it. So let's stop blabbering and let's get right into it. Well then, as usual, starting off with my point of view, and don't worry, there won't be any plus twists this time. Or will there? Nah, I'm just kidding. And we can clearly see that I have some sort of vendetta against the glass. A quick little story as to why I hate the glass. You see, as a child, I was playing in the garden when suddenly I dropped one of my toys into the pond, and I heard someone laugh, and you wouldn't believe it. It was a glass window, also known as a normal window. The embarrassment I felt was immeasurable, so from that day onwards, every piece of glass I break. So that's what I do. I go to every single window, break all the glass, and when my anger finally calms down, I realise, oh damn, zombies! And I get around to knifing all the zombies on round 1 as I normally do. Something you are all accustomed to by now. Unless you are new, and hey, welcome! If it's your first time here, how about you drop a like and sub to see what else I'll do in the future. Moving on to round 2 where we try and hoard them up to get as many in a line as possible to gain loads of points. You see, when I said all three of us don't really know much about the map, it means I've basically forgotten how many doors and stuff there is to buy. So I'm trying to get as many points as possible just as an in case. And I continue to do that into round 3 where I buy the M14 and continue shooting with my pistol thanks to a max ammo that I got, ending the round with a whopping 4,860 points. And here we have it, our new player's first attempt ever at 5. I wonder how well he's going to do, I wonder till what round he'll get to, and I wonder how many zombies he'll kill. So starting off with his first attempt, we can see him get used to his new surroundings, where after exploring a little bit, he finds the godly glow of his favourite perk, Quick Revive. And he doesn't even think about it, he rushes to it, grabbing it as quick as he can. There's one thing our new player has learned, and that is Quick Revive equals friend. And I am so looking forward to Cold War for when he grabs it and realises it isn't the same Quick Revive as before. Anyway, moving on. He kills the zombies as usual, even by one of those doors, but that's when he runs out of ammo, with not enough points to get the M14, so he gets prepared to knife, doing a test run first. And after the test run he goes for it and gets the kill, scoring with another 130 points, making it possible now to get the M14, which he uses to get even more kills and points, and that's when we see him on round 4 open the elevator, and take a lovely elevator ride down to the second floor of the Pentagon. While exploring the new area, our new player forgets that zombies without their head can still, in a certain situation, hit and kill you, making him go down for the first time. But not to worry, because not only does he get the death machine after getting up, but after finishing the round he goes and grabs the PM63 and races back to Quick Revive. But it doesn't last long because right after grabbing it he goes down and tries to open the next barrier, not having enough points, getting killed in the process. After getting back up, he does his best to try and hoard the zombies, but still being new to zombies, it stresses him out, what made him take the super rash decision of running up the stairs without checking if there were any zombies, going down for an impressive first attempt at 5 in my opinion. And now let's check in on our pro, and as we can see he's trying to come around to knifing the zombies on round 1. And don't worry guys, it isn't me, trust me, I told you at the start, no plot twist in this episode. So our pro finishes off round 1 and does the same strat as me, shooting into the zombies and knifing, trying to get as many points as possible. And where things go different is on round 3, where as I went for the M14 because I'm M14 gang and it's superior in every which way, my friend, the pro, decided to go for the Olympia, making me believe that he is Olympia gang. But what I actually think he is doing is buying the Olympia knowing we are playing 5, and the Pentagon thief ain't gonna steal that crap. So he uses the Olympia to get kills, finishing off round 3 with a nuke, where he then decides to go and buy open the 2 doors, making his way down in the elevator to the second floor. Back to me where we can still see me hating on the glass, breaking all the windows to pieces, when I then get back to the point of zombies, which is killing them, where I finally at the end of round 4 I make my way down to the second floor, where I then go and buy the MP5K and use it to get more kills. That is, until I get a lucky death machine which I use to spray and pray, killing the remaining zombies for round 5, where I then go to my second elevator to go and turn on power. And this is where I was very surprised you can't actually get rid of the death machine once you have it equipped, and from now on I will never forget that. When on the 3rd level I go straight for the power and turn it on. Now trying to see if I can find where the mystery box is located by looking through the doors and windows, finally deciding I'd rather have the Pentagon thief rob my gun and get an easy fire sale after killing him. And I won't have any trouble with that, right? Right? Well no, because somehow I forgot that my secondary weapon is the pistol, with barely any ammo. So when it stole my MP5K, instead I was worried I might not only lose the MP5K but also the fire sale. So I do what anyone would do in this situation, and that is to chase after the dude, knifing him in the back as much as possible. Thankfully getting enough hits to get my gun back and the fire sale, so I go to the box and hit as much as possible, sticking with the FAMAS and the M1911, and finally buying the Bowie knife. Now you're probably thinking, why am I saving the M1911? Well, you see, after doing the round 50 on Kino, I've come to love using the Mustang Sally on BO1. So while I was playing this match, I decided that I would love to pack-a-punch it and get them again, and I would like you to remember this little detail for the future, by the way. So for a new player, after seeing a decent round 6, I'm sure the next few attempts we will be seeing even more improvements from him. So let's start with attempt number 2, and starting this attempt it seems he was only thinking of one thing and one thing only, and that is quick revive, because he beelined straight for it without a second thought, and this time even knifing, which is incredible to see. Love that from a new player, is finally getting over the fear of knifing the zombies. And then we see the usual, where he then goes and buys the M14, using it to end round 2 and 3, and that's when he sees the MPL, which he decides to grab, thinking of it as a worthy upgrade. It seems like he's hesitant to use it, because only a few moments later he decides to try and squeeze past some zombies. Yes, by walking, I know. I told him after he should have ran, but hey ho, and then as soon as he gets up, instead of going and escaping from the tight location he is in, he decides to double down and stay there, which will be a pattern and a problem we'll be seeing in the rest of this video. Getting himself trapped in the corner, going down on round 4 for his second attempt, but not to worry, I'm sure his third attempt will go swimmingly. So onto his third attempt, and what does he do? Gets quick revive, the M14, the MPL, and even making it down again to the second floor. Even trying to figure out where to go by looking at how much the next elevator costs. Sadly not having enough points, so he'll come back when he gets more. And 5, even though when it's open up it's a simple map to train around, when the 2 barriers are closed and you're still not used to training, it's a tough map. As sadly our new player still is quite green when it comes to these details we take for granted, thanks to our skills and time we put in. He couldn't tell when was the correct time to run back from the horde of zombies, not creating enough space, and the zombies hitting him twice, and not being able to squeeze by, ending his third attempt on 1 round higher, round 5. And now let's look at his fourth attempt, where on this attempt he didn't get enough of a chance to open up to the second floor, and he gets killed by being in a corner again with the zombies blocking all but one exit he goes for. So what happens now is just unfair. Here, watch. And that's the end of attempt number 4, and the start of round 4 for our pro, where we see him on floor 2, trading out the Olympia for the MP5K. Even he knows what a dirty, useless gun the Olympia is. Yeah, I said it, useless, and get to gaining more points. And after a few rounds and 13,000 points later, he goes and buys both doors, hopping into the elevator going down to the 3rd floor. Once there, he goes and turns on power, and I guess our pro and me had the same idea of getting the Bowie knife. And now with power on, he goes and grabs Jug for his first perk. Yeah, you heard me right. Unless you haven't been paying attention, my man, the legend, based as hell, said quick revive, who that, and went for Jug first, flexing on all of us in the process. He'd be crazy. And that's when the next round happens to be the Pentagon Thief, and continuing on with similarities, he also gave the Pentagon Thief the MP5K, but unlike me, it was intentional, and chased after him while knifing him. The only difference being he had the Bowie knife and I had the normal knife, making it way quicker and easier for him. And after getting the fire sound and his gun back, he goes and hits the box, getting the crossbow on the first hit, making it not necessary to keep on hitting it, maybe because his strat at the end needs it, which we will get to when time comes. Now with power on, I make my way back up and go straight for Jug, where you then see me knifing to gain points for Pack-a-Punch, but before that I go and prepare the Defcon switches for when I then decide to go and Pack-a-Punch. But all of those points are not going to go for Pack-a-Punch because me being a dum-dum gets trapped at one of the barriers. And because I forgot how slow they are to clear, unlike the Kino doors, I start to panic, and this is probably one of my dumbest deaths. Because I get caught between 2 zombies and decided to knife, sadly getting stuck in a death machine animation, not giving me enough time to shoot. The reason I moved the camera a lot was to try and shoot all the zombies hitting me, but the death machine took way too long, making this my first down of the match. So all of those points I got for Pack-a-Punch, well, they're now going to be used for Juggernog, the elevator, and Quick Revive. Now, remember I told you guys to remember that I wanted to pack the M1911 and get the Mustang and Sally? Well, you see, my brain was working overtime, and in my brain, the plan was to get the Mustang and Sally, the Winter's Howl, just to try out, and the crossbow. and for that I would need to have the dreaded mule kick. I know I said I wouldn't use it again, but here we are. So when I get quick revive, I thought to myself, I have mule kick, so I should get a bad gun for my third slot. Now the Pentagon Thief round is about to start, and that way I can get a fire sale. And totally forgot, because I'm a dum-dum, that I didn't even get mule kick yet, trading the M111 for the M14. So after that, I was a bit angry with myself, but decided to keep it going anyway. Can't reset, because that's against my own rules, so pushing on with the game is the only thing I can do. You'll be missed, M1911. So here I am, round 10, with loads of points and finally decided to grab mule kick. And finally on round 11 we get the Pentagon Thief. He robbed the M14 because he has taste. I chase him around, finally kill him and getting the fire cell. Hitting the box, getting lucky with the fire cell, getting the Winter's Howl. Where it then ends, so we make our way back up and continue our point building so we can get the other two guns, like the ray gun and the crossbow. And obviously to pack a punch them as well. And not soon later, on round 14, I get super lucky getting the ray gun. All that's missing now is the crossbow. Now we're going to check on just one of our new players' attempts. The reason being this is probably one of the most important fails of the game you could have had. So let me get you up to speed on this attempt. Starting off as usual, going straight for quick revive, and I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of scared when he plays a map where quick revive isn't the first thing he can grab, but we'll soon get to those maps and see what he does. But for now, let's let him enjoy the quick revive he can get straight off the bat, and then gets enough points saved to go and buy the M14 and uses it to gain more points, not only to open the first door, but to even get the MPL. It seems our new player has fallen in love with the MPL, taking his first down as usual in a place where he knows he shouldn't be, because he gets trapped again by zombies when wanting to leave taking his first down. But not to worry, he has enough points, so he goes and grabs quick revive again, and off he goes to the elevator to the second floor. Making his way down to even lower, where he's not soon after takes his second down, this time because he didn't calculate the spacing properly and got too hit by the zombies. But he doesn't give up. He knows how to go down to the third floor, and he knows power is somewhere down there, and he is determined to get power on. So what he does, he pushes through and gains enough points to open the elevator, making his way down for the first time to the third floor. And this is great, he's making incredible progress, but remember when I said about this being one of his most important fails of the game? Well, I'll let this speak for itself. In case you missed that, let's roll back and do it in slow-mo. He missed the goddamn power switch. Remember what I said in the Doriz video? He's found the power, and hopefully for our next maps he remembers what it is. Well, he didn't. Sadly, walking straight past it and dying not a moment later, finishing off his 5th attempt. So then our pro finally goes and gets quick revive after realising he didn't get it. What? Wait, no he isn't. Okay, thank God he went for it after speed cola. I wouldn't put it past him being like, nah, don't need it. And with that, he is nearly set up. All that's missing is mule kick and an extra weapon. So after grabbing quick revive, he goes to the second floor and gets enough points to buy mule kick, deciding on getting the MP5K back to use it to gain even more points. And then on round 14, he gets around to pack a punch in his first gun, the crossbow, so he can gain the monkey bomb effect. And back to it, more points gaining for a pro, so we'll get back to him a bit later to see how he's doing. Unlike me, where I'm still spinning the box for the crossbow, getting super lucky, finally getting the gun. And with that, all I need to do is pack a bunch of my weapons and grab my final perk, Speed Cola. And you're probably wondering, Starkly, why didn't you grab Speed Cola? You have enough points, and it's there right in front of you. And to you, loyal viewer, I will say, I don't know. It seems like my brain thought I already had it because mule kick's also green, so I must have forgotten to grab it thinking I had it. Now all I need is points to pack my 3 guns, but not to worry, it's now Pentagon Thief. There's no way in hell I'm going to lose a gun to him while camping in the elevator, so I kill him and I get the bonfire sale, which makes it possible to pack a bunch all my guns for only 3,000 points, 1,000 each. But sadly, I thought I would have enough time, but with how long the elevator takes, I didn't have enough time to pack one single gun, let alone 3. So to farming points I go, and that's what I do for a few rounds. I do grab Speed Cola in the process, and finally, when I had 15,000 points on round 21, I get to packing all 3 guns. And that's it. I'm all set up with everything I need to reach round 100. Am I right, guys? Well, we will soon check out my final clip and see if I do get to round 100 or not. And in the meanwhile, let's check in on our new player, where on attempt 6 he does incredible. Why? Well, let's check out his attempt. So starting off, we see him getting used to knifing the zombies, which is great. In a million years, I think I would be so happy for our new player getting more comfortable playing zombies, to the point of knifing them. He is still rough around the edges, but he's getting there. And when he has the points, he opens the door and gets quick revive. And because he opened the door, he now doesn't have enough points to get the M14, but not to worry. With ammo left, he gets to killing. And there we go, now he has 500 points. Now he can go and get the M14. What's this? He ain't moving? And he's getting even more points? The reason for that is he's going straight for the MPL, a bold strategy, but one I welcome. And a few rounds and more points later, he goes down on the second floor. After an unfortunate down, he is made to go all the way back up to grab quick revive, and then after going all the way back down, he says, screw it, I'm going to go and find power. Buying the barrier and making his way down to the third floor where he finally found power, a great achievement. But as we all know, they can't be good without bad, so when he makes his way up, he gets cornered and killed. And when he goes and tries to buy Jug, he forgot how many points it cost, and did it at the worst time possible, going down for his 6th attempt. So with the power unlocked, I'm sure his 7th attempt will be even better, right? Well... yeah, so we will get back to his final clip later. Now we are seeing our pro on round 16 packing his 2 remaining guns, the M1911 and the MP5K, where we see him training for a few rounds until he gets the fire cell on round 18, where he then decides to hit the boat because why not get the ray gun? Which he wants, so he swaps out the packed MP5K and then goes to pack the ray gun at the end of round of 23. And now that's him all done and set up. No more needed, so let's get to the unfortunate part, his first down. So here we can see him running around in the spawn room, and after getting hit a few times he then decides to escape through the teleporter. And as soon as he teleports through, somehow a random zombie gets a 3rd hit on him from behind. Made him go down for the first time. Honestly, it's such a frustrating down, he couldn't actually move from the spot till the animation finished, and the crawler that we see here teleported with him and hit him. Then his second down, which is only 1 round later, was because he turned on the trap and had a horde of zombies, and the only way to escape was going through the trap. But getting hit once, then going through the trap would put him in a real impossible situation, and while still electrocuted, a zombie spawned through the window and got the final hit, making his 2nd down. And finally we are going to look at his 3rd down, where we can see him training in the lower part of floor 2, where after a while he gets the death machine. And a curious thing about Black Ops 1's death machine, some of you might not know, but it actually loses effectiveness of around 40, but even in the upper 20s and 30s, it starts to lose its power. So honestly, it isn't a good drop in high rounds, unlike the later versions of the drop. So with that, and not being able to get rid of it, the slow movement, it not being an insta-kill, he gets hit by too many zombies and goes down for the 3rd time. And as we usually do in this series, we will leave his final death to the end. With that, let's move on to my final clip. So here we are, also in the spawn room, trying to get the hang of a strategy I've never done before, the electric trap using the crossbow. And at this point I'm thinking to myself, I might have some dumb downs, but it's time to show off and get to a super high round. So I'm concentrating, but you see, I got into a sticky situation in one of the doors of the electric trap while the trap was recharging, and my first instinct was to shoot the zombie with the Winter's Howl. I mean, it couldn't be that bad. Well, I'm saying it now, the Winter's Howl Pack-a-Punch, and I repeat, Pack-a-Punch, is one of, if not the worst wonder weapons in COD history in my opinion. So after taking that unfortunate down, I said to myself, hell no, I ain't staying here, and I raced down to the 2nd floor, and while training there I made the same mistake the new player made, and that was not timing very well the zombie spawn. So I get cornered between 2 zombies and get slapped straight to hell, ending my run on an unfortunate round 30. Now, I wonder how our new player's final attempt is going. Yeah, I just had to let that play out. That was our new player's first look at the Pentagon Thief, and it was incredible. But now he's in a sticky situation, with his gun gone and barely any points. I wonder how he's going to last. And luckily, he finds the teleporter near the power switch, which teleports him straight to spawn room. And with just enough points, he buys the M14, where he, like everyone else in this godforsaken map, goes down for the first time in the doorway because a zombie appeared. Honestly, this is like 90% of the downs in this map, getting stuck between doors. After getting up, he gets another quick revive, but it's short-lived because of a sneaky Nova Crawler got him. And now, with not enough points to buy another quick revive, he decides to jump through the teleporter again. And honestly, it would have been a great idea if he knew more about the 3rd floor, but because he only been down here a few times and is relatively new to the layout, it was only a matter of time that he went down again. And with that unlucky attempt of escaping, ends his final attempt on 5 on round 7. And now for a pro's final clip, where we see him with all of his perks back on round 30, and our pro is adamant to use the electro trap and understands its mysterious ways. So that's what he tries to do and gets a rhythm, but I think the problem, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that he was doing it a little bit too early in the round where the zombies weren't spawning in fast enough, making it so that the zombies spawn in the window where the trap is at. So after running through the trap, he gets hit by a few zombies on the other side, making him shoot a crossbow shot. Sadly though, for some reason, maybe it's a delay, but the zombies didn't go straight for it, instead going for him, getting him down for the final time, also on round 30. So with everyone dead, let's check out the board. The pro got 131,000 points, I got 116,000 points, and the new player got 13,000 points. Then the pro got 1,020 kills, I got 1,034 kills, and the new player got 112 kills. And finally, the pro got round 30, I got to round 30, and our new player got to round 7. So that's all for this episode. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!